Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Packer Universe Podcast, a.k.a. The Pup List. We're a Green Bay Packers fan podcast, bringing you topical and relevant Packers news, along with our most humble, subjective opinions. This is episode 325. We're recording this live on Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. Are you ready for some football? Week 1 starts tomorrow in the NFL, and the Packers kick off their season in Lambeau Field this Sunday afternoon at 3:25 against the Detroit Lions. We'll kind of check in and see where the Packers are at, and then we'll preview the Lions game matchup with a little help from our friends. Just a reminder that this is a video podcast too, so go over to YouTube to check us out. We're on live also, usually every week here, and we'll be broadcasting most of our shows like that. So you can check us out live during the episode. You can message us some comments, tell us how beautiful we are, that sort of thing. But yeah, let's get on with it. I'm your host Tay, and with me as always is our one and only
Ren. What up, Tay? How we doing? Yeah, we are literally 24 hours from NFL kickoff, the 2025 season. We did not give our first take last week, which I kind of, I was pushing you to do because, listen, man, we, in our lifetime, and it's nearing a half century, Tay, here in our lives, the biggest trade in Green Bay Packer history, Tay. It'll be a week old tomorrow at about 4:02 p.m.
Yeah.
The news broke. I remember where I was. I'm sure you know where you were, and the rest of Packer Universe knows where they were when the Micah Parsons news dropped. And I hit you with the text because I was on it. I was listening to something, and somebody's like, hey, I've got some breaking news. I want to say it was Marcus Eversole on The Fan,
Okay.
the 4 o'clock show with Chris Hobble. And he's like, this is a fun one to share. And he just kind of levels it out real calm like that. And he said, Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. And I went, holy crap. And I said to my team member at work, I said, if I was 10 years younger, I would be literally running outside of my office and screaming out loud. But 10 years later, I'm a little older. So, you have to, try to temper the excitement. Although I watched anything and everything from, other podcasters from other NFC North teams' reactions to the national reaction and everything I could soak up, Tay, probably for the next any podcast nationally, locally, for the next 48 hours. I was just taking it in, taking as much as I could, feeding off of this Micah Parsons frenzy, Tay. It was the most exciting thing from a trade standpoint we've seen in our lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, it is a blockbuster, right? Like, who would have thought the Packers would do this? I think my first reaction is, wow, the conservative Packers have finally swung for the fences. They went all in with their chips, and I was loving every minute of it. I mean, obviously, adding Michael Parsons is like Jerry.
Thanks, Jared. Thanks, Jared.
Yeah. Adding Parsons is just huge to this defense, to this team. To get a blockbuster trade like this for a player like that is just amazing. And I'm glad that they did it. No longer, I think, you label the Packers super conservative. They're not going all in. They're not doing it. They didn't get wide receivers for Aaron. They're not, taking good trade options. They're just like, oh, they're involved in everything, but they're not doing anything. Well, this just wipes that clean. And I think this was a great trade to do it, to start that off with, to start this new, I don't know if this is a, new ed policy era for this, trendsetter kind of trade, but I'm looking forward to what this brings to this team, how far it pushes this team to be. The defense was good. They were going to be good, but now they can be great, and I'm looking forward to that. I mean, you got this is classic preseason hype, right? Because we haven't played any games. People are like, oh yeah, top 5 defense, here we come, Packers. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I hope, but I'm not going to say that that's going to happen yet. Anything under top 10 is great, but the dude's got to play, and we'll get into the, maybe a little injury update in a little bit, but, he comes in a little banged. That was reported before he even got traded, that he was having issues with that, but now we realize he is. But I'll let you talk about it, but the Packers vetted this out, right?
Well, I mean, as many have said, from Zach Cruz and so many other great Packer podcasters and beat writers, the Packers are a notoriously conservative organization today. They don't make moves like this. They also have one of the best medical staffs with Dr. James Andrews and many others that have been doing surgeries for other NFL players in Green Bay for many years. That they definitely, obviously he came to Green Bay or he did his physical elsewhere, but he passed their physical. They felt good enough about it. I went on. Obviously, it gives you, me, and everybody out there in Packer Universe some trepidation when you hear things about a back. Backs are very tricky. I think I want to say it was L4, L5, yeah. Joint sprain in his back. We're not talking about, there's no nerves with this. This isn't a disc issue with nerves. That's a much worse thing. You go on the internet and you read a lot about that particular injury. A lot of doctors came out of the woodwork, of course, on the socials, mainly X, talking about, they love treating this injury. It's not a big injury. It's not a, super concern long-term. Obviously, a lot of Bears fans and Viking fans trolling the Packers, Jerry Fleece Green Bay, and all these things. But listen, Micah Parsons, Tay, is 26 years old. He is the only other guy, as everybody knows and has heard about over the last week, other than Reggie White, to have 12 or more sacks in his first 4 seasons in the NFL. You're talking a 3-time All-Pro already in 3 of his 4 years. Pro year, Tay. And last year he missed 4 games with some injuries. So those things happen, and yet he still put up 12 sacks last year, Tay. Guys like Micah Parsons just don't ever become available where you can make moves like this. And the last time a similar situation happened, it was with Khalil Mack in 2017 or 2018, right before the season broke again. We were talking about, could he come to Green Bay, mac and cheese, this is going to happen. And ultimately, Brian was in on that one. And Rob Domofsky, our friend out there, the presser, asked Goody if that situation that time helped prepare him for this situation with Micah. And, Brian gave a pretty honest answer that it certainly didn't hurt and maybe gave him a better idea of how quickly you needed to move if you wanted to make it happen. So, I mean, ultimately, what should end up being 2 late round picks, Tay, for the Cowboys and Kenny Clark. We love Kenny. Kenny was a Packer for 10 years. He seemed like he's been there forever. The last Ted Thompson pick. They're going to miss him in the middle big time, Tay. They've got a hole there now, obviously, with TJ Slayton leaving in the offseason to Cincinnati. That middle of that D is going to be tested on Sunday when we start talking about the Detroit Lions. But getting back to Micah, man, I mean, if he continues on his trajectory, Tay, and he stays relatively healthy over the course of this contract that the Packers did give him, listen, he is going to be pointed towards the Hall of Fame, and the Packers are going to have done things that are just, unbelievable in his time here. So you cannot, if you wanted to move your ability as a football team to become, from a, they're contending to a real life NFC contender to push for a Super Bowl. This is the move that did it. We talked all offseason about there's not enough star power on this defense. And now there is. And this guy makes everybody else in this defense better just by being there. He elevates the play. People want to play. They get their juices going, whoa, Green, our team is in it. Everything from, just the juice standpoint to actually making it easier on the back end for some of those defensive backs. Obviously, guys like Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness, certainly allowing them potentially to have, bigger breakout years from themselves and do better things. I mean, right now, when you look at a Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary tandem, many call it right now the best 1-2, edge combo in the league now that they're together. So this thing does so much for the Green Bay Packers. The rest of the NFC North can control Green Bay fans and podcasters and beat all they want, but they're just jealous, Tay. And, you saw some of that Schefter, you could call it a bomb, come out about the back injury or the back issue with the L4, L5. But really, is that maybe getting fed to him by the Dallas camp to make this thing a little bit more palatable to the fans down in Dallas? Because many of them, Tay, are not happy about Micah being gone. Obviously, they paid Dak, they paid CD. Why wouldn't you pay literally your best defensive player? It doesn't make sense. There's the, he's a bad teammate. He's got a podcast. He's a distraction. He's all these things. Listen, we had Aaron Rodgers, who was on the Pat McAfee show every week, Tay. Massive distraction. Did that stop them from potentially almost going to win a Super Bowl and getting to the NFC Championship game against, Tom Brady that they should have won? No, it didn't stop any of that. They've had other guys. Jair was a distraction. There's been all sorts of things that come through. That's not an issue. Micah gets to Green Bay and he's ecstatic. He talks about this isn't, this whole extra thing that the Cowboys is. This is a football program. And they're just here to play football just back like it was back at State. And by that, he means State College and Penn State, where he and Rasheed Walker played ball. So you just can't, it's not even, a full week later and I'm still talking about it. You can hear my voice, Tay, and how much excitement there is. Oh, yeah. And, we could see number one, the first guy wearing, essentially in 100 years, Curly Lambeau's number. I mean, it's crazy. And it's certainly, we were feeling kind of ho-hum about the Packers prospects. And now, we got to be over the moon, man. I mean, week one's here, it's a season. We'll see how it all turns out. But I got to be happy, Tay. And honestly, the first 3 years that deal from a cap standpoint are super friendly. Even if it didn't work out, year 4, the dead cap's only I want to say 17 million. They can move on. So I don't expect that'll happen. There'll probably be some kicking the cans and some restructuring as they continue to try to, win some chips in Green Bay, while Micah Parsons is still a young guy, while Jordan Love is as well. So it's super exciting. So you can keep me going on it today. I'll keep talking Micah, because it's hard not to talk about. And we didn't have that opportunity day one, man. It was it was crazy. You got the text from me. Was I the one to break the news to you on Thursday, Tay?
Yeah, I was working, and then you sent that to me, and then I looked it up, and I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is so. When you
saw the text from me, did you think I was blowing smoke? Did you think maybe he doesn't really know? Maybe this is some bull hockey, Tay, because I mentioned to you 2 days before, and others had said it too. I'm like, I sent you a text. I'm like, I don't know about this Micah thing, man, but it sure seems to have some steam. And I sent you the I don't know emoji, but it sure does.
Well, no one kind of knew. I mean, there was people talk about this stuff all the time, so you never quite know. I mean, you can look back now and kind of decipher things that had happened the few days before. But when you sent me that text, I'm like, usually Ren sends me 99% bull stuff most of the time. But I'm like, I'll look this one up. And no, he was right. And man, I mean, this is the Reggie White trade acquisition of this generation. This does everything for our team. Our draft and develop mentality from Ted Thompson era into Brian Gutekunst was still there. It's still happening, but this is amazing. It just gives a juice jolt to the whole team. And, the expectations now have gone up. So that's comes with the territory, and rightfully so, because now they have to prove it, and they have the personnel and this jolt for the defense to be better than they have been. Brian wasn't lying. Brian Gutekunst wasn't lying when he said there's urgency, and he proved it as a GM.
All the way back in January, he said we got to start competing for championships. We got to be urgent about it, and he wants to put a stamp on Green Bay, and this is certainly could end up being his masterpiece Just like Ted, not Ted, but Mark had with the draft, his magnum opus, Tay. So
Yep.
we certainly hope it is. And again, it's sometimes you just got to swing for it, and he did again because 26-year-old premium edge rushers outside of quarterback, Tay, the most important position in the NFL, do not ever rarely become available.
Yep. I mean, look at Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness. I mean, Gary's good. Gary's on the cusp of great, but like where are they? Where are they consistently getting the quarterback? It's not happening. So this is great for me. My only trepidation is the money. Like, yes, you can pay Jordan Love. Yes, you can pay Micah Parsons, but you're going to have to work some magic to get other players here. Can you recruit next year or even this year another free agent player of his caliber? Well, you can't really get to his caliber, but someone top tier, I don't think so. So you're gonna have to work with what you have and draft and develop still, which is fine. It's what we're used to. I'm not worried about that, but that's the only trepidation I have with this is that major money. What is it? Almost $100 million a year on these two players. That's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts. And that's unprecedented, I think, for the Packers organization. Usually there's one player, and that's the quarterback, that's getting a ton of cash. Now another player is on the other side of the ball, which is exciting.
But wouldn't you rather, Tay, be paying it to an edge rusher rather than some of these teams that have paid some crazy money to wide receivers?
Yeah, I do. Yep. I love it. Let's really quickly go through the injuries, real quick ones, okay? And then we'll get into some Lions chat. Jordan Love is back. He was full participation today. This is Wednesday. And then you have Zane Anderson, Elton Jenkins, Micah Parsons, Baron Sorrell, Dontavian Wicks, Savion Williams, all limited participation. Nate Hobbs, with his knee, did not participate. Jaden Reed was out. Jaden Reed was the only one that didn't actually participate at all. Nate Hobbs was at least out there doing some drills and stuff, and he was without pads. But everyone else was practicing. Jordan seemed to be fine, so I'm not too worried about it. I think when you go look at the Lions, their injury report, it looks a lot slimmer than ours. But maybe we can pick somebody's brain here soon about their team and their injuries. But from the Packers standpoint, we're getting everyone back. I think it's going to be okay. Jaden Reed, probably not happening. He's probably not playing. Nate Hobbs is probably a go, but they're just probably taking some caution with him. Maybe we'll see him practice tomorrow, or at least be reported that he's practicing tomorrow, which would be nice for the defense to have Nate back and to be participating as the number one CB1 there that we need.
Yeah, we've got some folks on Detroit that are about to maybe jump in here, Tay, and I think some of these question marks, obviously that being Nate Hobbs, can really certainly alter a game plan when it comes to Sunday at 3:15 against the Detroit Lions, Tay. And when you look at Jaden Reed, that Jones fracture is a massive concern, Tay. I don't know if this is ultimately something they're just like, you know what, let's have him get some surgery and try to get him back late in the season. I don't know what option they're going to choose there. But when you look at going into Sunday against the Lions, obviously we know Christian Watson, he's on the pup. He's not going to be there. Savion Williams may not be there. Dontavian Wicks potentially couldn't be there, and then you've got Jaden Reed. So you're starting a little thin right out the gate with your pass catching unit. And that's a little bit of a concern.
Indeed. Well, let's move on to our featured segment, Ren. We are taking on the Detroit Lions at home at 3:25 Central Time in Lambeau Field. And so we have invited a couple friends of ours over. Let's bring them on now. Yes. Let me just get this squared away.
There they are. There they're going.
What?
Oh,
that's about all I wanted to see of them anyway. No,
that's right. Oh boy, Ren is in full spirits today, boy. I've been listening, and are you excited? Ren,
Lord Vader, you're looking great, man. Let me tell you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
2025 has done you well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys look well too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you. Thanks for coming on, guys. We appreciate it. We want to talk some Lions. Yes, Dave, we are super excited.
So I heard.
So you heard. Right?
Yeah, there's a couple things that happened, in Green Bay, over the last week. Yeah, I don't know. Just, there's this guy, number 1.
Curly Lambeau came out of retirement. It's amazing.
Curly Lambeau,
go, man. That was my nickname,
sacks.
Curly.
Yeah.
Anymore. But I'm bummed. I know. Yeah, it's
Phil,
very
how the heck
exciting.
are you, man?
I'm well. I am well. Yeah, hey, how about that?
How about Michael Parsons? What?
Michael
Parsons. What's his name again?
Michael Parsons. Yeah, Jera. What's his name?
It's very, at first, well, I'm well. I hope you guys are doing well too. Shout out to everybody here joining us this evening, wherever you are. Isn't live streaming so much easier? There's no editing. There's nothing you got to do on the back. You just go live and then you just let it rip.
Phil, that Tay's gotten real lazy. He's like, we're just doing lives all the time. I don't want to do this editing stuff anymore.
Don't edit anything. I don't want to edit a thing. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I would say, it's going good. It's very interesting. I think it finally hit me today. I went to a Tigers game this afternoon, and I was sitting there as I was losing the 50-50, and I was like, man,
losing.
At least tomorrow I can bet on the NFL. So we're finally back. We made it. Last week was nice. We're Ohio State fans, so that was a fun little
very good
straight start to college for us, but also just it feels good to be back. The lady sitting next to me was just like, are you a Lions fan? I said, yeah. She's like, I'm really excited this week. And I said, okay, I think
there it is. We're excited.
We're all excited. It's exciting times.
It's exciting times.
Yeah.
You finally got that one and done playoff loss taste out of your mouth. Took
no, that is not out of my mouth. Absolutely atrocious.
I just had to remind you, Dave. Just wanted to throw that one out.
You didn't have to remind me, but thank you. That's okay. You can be nice to us,
guys. What was your reaction to the Micah Parsons thing? I mean, like, do you care? Do you not have interest?
I care.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, like all my really close friends are like Cowboys fans, so like it was very fun from that aspect. Then there was at least for me, I'll give you my first reaction was, oh shit. And then now the lower back stuff is coming out, and I went, and then we're all like, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, get out.
So apparently there's a rumor, so they say, and so then I felt a lot better. And anyways, we play you guys week 1, so I'd rather play you week 1 than week 2.
Micah Parsons is strange, I'm hearing, according to ESPN. He's an odd bird.
I heard that Micah Parsons has a LLC in Green Bay that's like taking some extra funds or something. I don't know. That's popular in the NBA this week. So,
what?
We
got a whole Kawhi thing up here. He's taking money from the local card shop. Yeah,
like Pokemon cards. They're huge, guys. Come on.
Are you serious? Am I just lost on this, or somebody?
No, it's an NBA thing. It's for the other podcast. Sorry for the for the hoop and the ball.
The piston and the engine, whatever that's called. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Tay and Dave are they're lost over here, Phil.
Yeah,
so we'll
yeah.
I was excited. I mean, it was like wow. It was a big wow moment for me. It was like,
because if that's all it took, it only took 2 first rounders and a fifth
and their best defensive player. Besides that.
But whatever.
Well, I mean, listen.
He's going for it, okay?
Listen, Kenny's going
for it.
Kenny's a phenomenal player. He's been a great player for the Packers. They're certainly going to miss him in the middle, no doubt about that.
But
we're going to talk about Detroit Lions football here in a minute, and they're going to test that middle early and often with their two-headed monster, no doubt about it. But he's been slowing down the production. He did have an injury last year. Really, really fell off. It was a contract they're going to move on from in the offseason. So, essentially, we'd love to have him this year. But, what one would expect to be 2 late first-round picks, so be it.
Oh,
Jerry.
yeah,
Take 'em,
32
and,
both years. 32, right?
32, exactly.
30,
Dave.
if there's
that's
33,
what we're
they'll
talking
even,
about. Yeah.
yeah,
No kidding.
absolutely.
Yeah.
32.
So
I mean, but
moving
how
on.
many? Like, how did you react for it only taking 2 picks in a player, or like 3 picks in a player? Because again,
Brent
like,
still can't walk on the ground. He's
Yeah.
just like floating. Are you kidding? I saw him. He's-
Yeah, honestly, guys, as I said to Tay when we first went live here tonight, and we didn't have an opportunity to talk about it, even though I pushed Tay to do it last week, he wouldn't do it with me. But
Yeah.
being that it's the biggest trade in Packer history in the time we've been alive. But yeah, I said to him, honestly, I'm in my office, and I say to my team member, she doesn't understand football at all, doesn't care. But I said, if I was 10 years younger, I would run outside right now and scream at the top of my lungs. That's how I was feeling. It was an incredible feeling. And hey, part of the reason it was only 2 is 2 first-round picks is obviously it's a lot of money. I mean, you have to have the money to pay the man too, and that's $188 million, 120 guaranteed. It's a heck of a deal.
The way the cap goes up by like $100 million every year. I mean, in 3 years, it's going to be like, oh, he was a bargain. When we have to pay Aiden Hutchinson.
Bingo.
Thank you.
That brings up that element.
Thank you.
And if Aiden, has a great year coming back from what was a gruesome leg injury, guys.
Gruesome.
I mean, that was not an average everyday leg break.
No, it wasn't.
I give him all the credit.
He's got to thank his
could play.
stars he's even alive. So
right. I mean, it was a bad one, but if he comes back and he's still got it, and that remains to be seen to me, honestly. He's going to push that Micah Parsons number up from there. You guys are going to
for sure. Oh yeah, I mean, you're setting I think we can all agree, like in this case, it's okay for the football versus like what the Browns did with Watson and completely screwed everybody else by paying that guy $250 million.
The Browns are in their own league. Okay, they just do stupid stuff after stupid stuff. So I wouldn't.
That's why they have 15 quarterbacks. They don't know what the hell they're doing in Cleveland.
They signed another one. I said that to my neighbor. He's a Browns.
Well,
fan.
hey, speaking of signing a quarterback, the Lions picked up a quarterback today. So.
Yeah, I know that's been an issue. Having getting that third quarterback in.
CJ Beathard, I think is his name.
Oh wow, Bobby Beathard. CJ Stroud.
They did 2. They brought in Nathan Peterman and Beathard for workouts today, and it looks like they're going to be signing Beathard to the P squad as their third string quarterback. So,
okay,
but as everybody will say, I mean, if you get beyond 2, it's nothing good is happening.
Doesn't matter.
Just
it's an L.
Throw your
it's an L.
Garbage and move on.
Yeah, it's over.
Just one more quick question about the trade. If I remember correctly, you guys are both owners, correct? So were you involved in those conversations?
You and Jerry?
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Now, do you guys do a Zoom call for all 500,000 owners, or how does this work?
That's a crowded screen.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was everybody. Nice that got approved pretty darn quick. Everybody, rubber stamped that thing and on we went. It was It was pretty quick.
What happens in the shareholders chat stays in the shareholders chat.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys use the poll system, like 1 for yes, 2 for no? It's like you guys just all. It's just a big poll the whole time on all your decisions, huh?
It was 100% to 0, and that was it.
I know Ren was all in. Okay,
that's funny.
Including the trust. Including the trust. But
the conservative Green Bay Packers guys.
I know.
Finally do
it's
it.
true.
Well,
but listen.
No, it's
congratulations.
It's a great move by them. I know. Yeah.
For us, the Packers, our first round picks, honestly, don't care about them. Like, we don't really need them. We don't seem to do anything with them anyway. Here or there, you get some guys
for sure.
But those
Darnell Savages of the world that end up being nothing. There's other cornerbacks we can talk about. They take in the first round. They're awful. It just.
You saying they draft crappy? Is that what you're saying?
First round, they don't do
in the first round. If they take a DB. Just write them off. It's going to be trash.
Yeah, they couldn't get a weapon for Aaron Rodgers for like 12 years, and
right. It's like the Lions and wide receivers for a while. They were every year in the first round. We're going to take a wide receiver. Not again.
And then they took a tight end, and
they'd be real high too, and none of them turn out except Kelvin, obviously.
Yeah.
And one of the things that works for us in our favor with Kenny Clark is we don't or we do well. We let players go before their time's up, and then their time is up after they're gone. And Brian does a really good job of that. So yeah, it's sad to see Kenny go. He might have a great year down in Dallas, but in the end, it was time. It's fine.
Yeah,
and he's trade bait.
You got to do it.
Especially if you're saying your draft record's not well. I mean, I think name me 4 first-round draft picks in the next 4 years that is better than Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
none. So
Right.
yeah.
Again, guys like that, we were just talking again off the mic. Guys that are 3-time All-Pro guys, and a Pro Bowler in his first 4 years at age 26 just don't become available. It just doesn't happen in the NFL.
Yeah,
especially
when it does.
Weird
stuff. You got to get ready. You got to be there quick, and you got to strike while the iron's hot. And good against. We were talking about it. He tried with Khalil Mack some years ago. The Bears obviously had a better offer because they were the Bears. We know they still suck. And they got that offer,
and they won the Super Bowl the next year. So, it worked out really good for them.
Well, they didn't have quite the team that the Packers do at this time acquiring that kind of talent.
It's true.
So,
So on the heels of Michael, God, I'm going to say that
Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
Michael,
I'm going to snip that. I'm going to snip that piece of
flip
video.
it, ship it, straight to the DMs.
Keep talking. Like we could talk about him, but in a sense, sure. we're getting a new D end. You guys basically get a refresh on the D end with Aiden Hutchinson. So, like, where do you think the Lions defense now is with him back? Are you worried about this defensive offensive coordinator being gone?
No.
I guess I'll ask you about the offense in a minute, but what about this defense? Like, are you at the same spot?
That's a good question. I would say they're obviously in a better place than they were at the end of last year because they were down to like the 8th string everything.
True. You guys had tons of injuries.
It had really fallen apart, but that's not saying it couldn't happen again. But I mean, if he breaks his leg again, he's China doll Aiden Hutchinson. Just like we did with Matthew Stafford, broke his collarbone 2 years in a row. And look what happened to that guy. What did he ever do?
Well, people are saying that they put Matthew Stafford in this recovery thing and that Matthew Stafford's like a clone now. So, but that's for another time. Sorry.
Conspiracy artist.
Yeah, listen,
I just have it's going to be good.
That's a real back issue, not some stuff leaking out from Schefter out of Dallas.
For sure.
The Dallas fans feel good,
So in my opinion, I think because Aiden got hurt, I think in week 5 or 6, it was very early on. So you can almost say that like getting him back. And again, all the rumors during training camp about how they're putting in a Hutch rule that, you can't call holding because no O-line. I mean, he was even cooking Penei Sewell, who's arguably, I would say, probably a top 2 to 3 lineman at his position, if not like a top 5, just offensive lineman, could probably play anything but center, I would say. But, I think they've boosted the interior, bringing in Tyleik Williams, I think will be strong. I've always liked the development of O'Connor and Wingo. Those are very good guys that are on the 53-man roster. I think you're seeing the step up in leadership. So like Anzalone, I know is going through contact issues, but the way that they're talking about Jack Campbell's development this offseason is becoming the true leader of the defense, is kind of a passing of the torch. I think they'll be fine. And obviously, cornerbacks are number one issue. What do? They go out and fix that by bringing in DJ Reed. Thierry Arnaldo takes a step forward, and I think we have the best safety duo in Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. So I think the secondary obviously will always outstand it. I'm surprised they did not bring back Zadarius Smith. I could see that still happening maybe here sometime soon. I don't know if that happens this week. If this doesn't happen, maybe at the bye or something, especially if he's not on a roster still. Dan Kimball did say this morning that we're in a good spot. That's why we aren't talking to him. We like the guys on the roster, but I think I would feel more comfortable because we don't have like a second edge rusher.
I was going to say
after the Egyptian Al-Makeda Muhammad, who they drafted, was let go on an injury settlement, and they did say they would bring him back. But we're kind of short on edge depth currently. So
outside of Aiden, man, I mean, what kind of pass rush is there really? I mean, I like the middle. Obviously, Aleem's not going to be back for a number of weeks, but Reeder and Williams in the middle is nice. but there's really not much there. I think Clowney's still available too, I want to say.
Yeah, there's options. There's options.
He had a solid year last year too.
Yeah.
So
I think their whole thing is let's see what happens in this game.
Yeah.
And if they get a lot of pressure or consistent pressure on the quarterback, they might be more inclined to stand pat. If it's like, it's 8-0,
yeah. If they're getting no pressure, if they're not able to get any like damage done through the middle there at first, especially, I mean, again, when Aleem the Dream is in the game, he's explosive. It's staying healthy. Like, if there's one thing I learned last year is that injury luck is like 90% of football these days. Right. It's staying healthy and being able to show up or being able to have the backup that you have. I think maybe they're hoping that maybe somebody on the practice squad or maybe bringing like Grant Studer down and maybe help hedging off the edge. You know, it's very interesting to see. Maybe they go to like a 3-5 or something. You know, maybe we'll see something that they haven't shown yet. That's the only thing I could think of in certain situations where maybe they go to like a quarter style defense and kind of take advantage of our secondary and our linebackers being more of a stronger focus. But again, I don't know. I think Dan Campbell's got a lot more involvement in the team now, especially with the two young coordinators. But I mean, we were kind of leading towards it. I think Calvin has been set up for success. The guys that have been brought in, Ben Johnson called Johnny Mortensen to get on his own staff. So, like, if Ben Johnson is calling someone to be on his staff, you know, there must be a reason for it, right? So, but I have a lot of faith in the defense as long as we stay healthy. So,
yeah, but that's again, both those coordinators, those replacements, they've been being groomed for years, man. They knew it was coming down the pipeline. So, I don't think it's as big of a loss. It'll still be a loss. It'll be seen somewhere in some way, shape, or form or facet of the football team. But, you know, it's a good football team. And obviously Dan's a, you know, go get it kind of coach. And I don't think that mentality will change at all come Sunday afternoon.
Where do you guys think the defense then stacks up against what you perceive the Packers offense to be? I mean, it should be better. Obviously, Jordan Love isn't injured this year. And we got a lot of fresh guys. Obviously, Jacobs at the running back, good offensive line. Are you expecting a little more of a matchup this year, or what are your feelings against?
What happened last year?
The second game was high scoring.
You want to talk
the second
game 2 or game 1?
Well, no, game 2 was a kickoff, was a walk-off field goal, right? It's like 34-31.
Game 2, the Packers hung. Game 1 was in Green Bay, and that wet, just, you know, you got Goff.
Oh, yes, it rained. It was nasty.
Yeah, he just smoked some, man. And it was a brutal day to be a Packer fan. And
did the
those
Packers
guys looked
bring
like
any
they did
weapons?
not want to be out in the rain. Yeah.
Did the Packers bring any weapons in on offense? I know they got the tight end. They got the tight end, but did they
first round wide receiver in 22 years, Phil? I think
that's Matthew Golden. Sorry, Matthew
Golden. Yeah,
he's
got amazing hands. It's not just the speed; it's really the hands. He's got great strong hands. He catches everything, which has been a Packer problem the last couple of years. But the wide receiving core has had way too many drops. Led the NFL in drops last year in Green Bay, and you can't have that. Obviously, they're going to be a little light come Sunday. We know Jaden Reed's not going to be available. He's got a Jones fracture. I don't know what's going on there, man. Nobody really does.
What's a Jones fracture, by the way, for us old farts? What?
You know, you tell me, man. That. But it's
okay. It's in the foot. It's a part of the fifth metatarsal, the long bone on the outside of your foot. Sorry.
Yeah. So
never heard of that.
Yeah, you're planting and pushing
Dr.
off,
Phil.
and cutting on this thing. Either way, it's not good. And we've got our other
broken foot. We should just have broken foots in my day.
Yeah, we've got another rookie wide receiver limited. Dontavian Wicks is limited. Obviously, Christian Watson's out. He's on the pup till at least week 5, which is their bye, so week 6. So a little limited in the pass catching unit. Obviously, Tucker Kraft. We look for him to take another step and start putting his name amongst the best tight ends in football. Josh Jacobs is a great running back. In our pick from a couple of years ago, Marshawn Lloyd, everybody's waiting for him to actually be able to be healthy and play because he's got a ton of talent. But the offense certainly leaves some question marks going into Sunday with some of the injuries at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just glad it's real football. I'm just so tired of I know I'm an old man, but I'm so tired of preseason talk. Let's play some football. Oh yeah.
But I think it'll be a good matchup, though. I mean, obviously, Jordan Love's taking a step forward. You hope, we'd assume. I mean, they talk about him like he is this, elite quarterback. I think some people want to see production out of him more. I mean, he's very good. I think right now, I think the quarterbacks are even. If we're looking like matching the Lions quarterback and Jared Goff and Jordan Love, I think it's pretty even there. I don't think that one has the advantage over the other. I think we're both going to see a question of the offensive line. I think more than anything, the Lions have lost their anchor in Frank Ragnow, and now you have Graham Glasgow. Yeah, and for now, he looks like he's having fun. Looks like he's having a lot more fun in retirement than he is playing football, which you can't blame somebody. I think center or the offensive line is like the position that never gets enough love. But I think this is a big question mark for the Lions is, what does this offensive line look like for us? I think it obviously the matchup, the question was the matchup for the Lions defense versus the Packers offense. And I think we're going to see more examples, obviously, depending on the weather. We'll see more examples of game 2 than what we saw in game 1. So
yeah, it's already fall here, guys. It's going to literally be a high of 59 tomorrow. It's crazy, but it's supposed to be like 61 and light winds and sunny. So it's going to be a nice day. For playing football. Those guys are super comfortable. But I mean, you're right. I mean, obviously Zeitler moving on and Ragnow hitting the retirement. And Glasgow, he just got cleared this week. So I'm sure you guys were kind of scared. Like, dang, we might not even have a legitimate center to go here. And when Goff struggled in his time in Detroit, it's been when he's been pressured. You give him time back there, he's going to pick anybody apart, and he has over the last 2 years. I mean,
most NFL starting quarterbacks, if you give them time, they will pick.
Well, he's kind of looked like Drew Brees the last couple of years with completion percentage sitting back there, man. He's just bam, 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 just way too much time. Obviously, Penny is, Phil, he's a top 1-2 guy in the entire league.
Oh yeah, he's great. He really is.
So that part's locked down, but it'll be interesting to me. With the loss of Kenny Clark and obviously no more TJ Slayton. Again, I think that Gibbs and Montgomery, they're going to start this game with just running it right up the part of the defense and seeing if Green Bay can adjust with what they have and test them there, so they hopefully don't have to be in situations where they're turning Micah loose and maybe 30% of the snaps and getting Goff off his mark, getting happy feet.
Yeah. Tate Radledge is going to be a name to learn here soon. He's the rookie guard that they took. That's basically became like Dan Campbell's like best friend. So, just something to keep in mind. I guess that we'll see come Sunday for the offensive side of things to see if that if this 2-headed monster can actually make us a difference. So.
Little teacher's pet action there. All right, we'll see what's going on.
I think from a Packers perspective, from our fans' perspective, the Lions really haven't lost anybody on the offense side of the ball. They all have other weapons there, and so that I honestly think the Lions don't necessarily scare us, but we're always worried now that the Lions got good, and I don't think we really worry about the Vikings so much anymore. The Bears, not really. It's the Lions. So turning this over to this new year, I think we're all looking at, the offense looks pretty good. And Goff was almost like perfect in some games last year, which is dangerous. And
yes, he was.
So that sucks for us, and then you get a Micah Parsons, and maybe you disrupt Goff a bit, and you have to rely on the running game, which you guys can, and that's kind of what we're worried about. What Ren referenced there is running up the middle and make them stop the run, and I think that's probably what might exactly happen on Sunday. And maybe they just won't throw. I remember when the 49ers did that. They just game planned against the Packers and did a short passing game, running game, and they just beat us, and we just couldn't adjust. So Dan Campbell's got a lot of things up his sleeve, and I don't put anything past him.
They might go on 4th down too. They might.
You think?
Maybe.
They might. There's a good chance they might go 6 or 7 times on 4th down in this game. So it's not surprising.
Yeah, Dan Campbell's always got an extra down. No doubt about it. Doesn't matter if they're at their own 20. It seems like he's going. So
he doesn't care where he is.
I expect to see that multiple times on Sunday, no doubt. He loves kicking Green Bay's ass. He does. I think LaFleur is 2-6 against Campbell, so it's not great. I know that 2 teams are 6-6 out of the last 12 matchups, but Matt's had been on the struggle bus, as the kids say, with Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. So
the whole North last season was bad for the Packers. So all the NFC North likes to shove that in our face.
Yeah, one of the other matchups I was going to say, guys, that's a concern is one of our free agents in the offseason, one of our bigger acquisitions was Nate Hobbs from the Raiders, and nice physical young corner, but he may or may not play Sunday, and if he doesn't, that's going to put our second-year safety slot corner, Javon Bullard, on, primarily dealing with Amon-Ra. And, he struggled a little bit this preseason. So we'll see what happens in that matchup. That one scares me a little bit if that ends up being the case with Bullard on Amon-Ra. So
it should be a close game. I really think it will be. I would think
so. I mean, that's what we're looking for. Obviously, this is a huge game for both. I mean, where are you guys sitting today? I mean, 14-3 seasons don't happen very often, guys. So where do you see the Lions ultimately this year? You're probably not.
They were 15-2.
15-2 is even less off.
15-2. 15-2.
We're just saying.
Okay.
Oh, how'd that playoff go? Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phil.
Jaden Daniels do it. No, never mind.
Oh boy!
If we're playing record bingo, I mean, you guys did have the 0-16.
Yeah, we did.
So you got that one checked off. So 15-2 might as well.
There you go. Hey, well, that's better. But
Phil, Dave, that was a good transition into what you think is going to happen here, and you think it's going to be a close game. But
yes,
are you going to say the Lions win?
Well, of course, I want them to win. All I can tell you is if the Lions lose, everybody's going to lose their mind here. Season's over. It's over. It's 0-17.
Here's some fun facts I got. Here's some hot takes. Hot takes. You ready? Hot take.
Stand by.
Lions will lose more than 2 games this year. Okay, guys.
There it is. That is a hot take.
Wow.
I was talking to a guy at work, and I was like, "Look, hey, they're going to lose more than 2 games." No, they're not. And he said it to me and walked away, and I was like, "Okay,
crazy.
well then, hey, there we go."
They will regress. They will regress.
I don't know if they'll regress.
Well, no, I mean,
the record will probably regress, but I don't think the team. I think.
Well, let me ask you guys this. I mean, obviously, everybody thought, with the bye and everything going into last year, not to relive it, but that was the Lions' best opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Do you think the window closed a little bit?
No, the best opportunity to go to the Super Bowl was the year before when they were up a couple scores in the NFC Championship going into halftime. That hurt way worse than this playoff game. So there we go. We'll take that because this team was way too hurt to win a championship last year. They would have been, they would have been taking ambulances to the Super Bowl if they even made it past that round. Again, compared to the year previously, they were banged up. Their 2 dropped passes, a ball off a helmet away from an actual Super Bowl.
They were there.
Berth. So that one, that to me is way more different. But what I think
still hurts.
I think with this year coming up, and if we're just this game specifically, they're going to come out and they're going to run the shit out of that ball, and they're going to just run it till you guys stop them, I would say. I think you're going to see a heavy dosage of Sonic and Knuckles, Gibson, Montgomery.
That is a hot take right there.
But one thing that the wide receivers has really been saying, though, is that Johnny's letting us, go. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of deep shots taken early and often. JMO breakout year.
Tell us about the hype kid. Tell us about the hype kid. Tesla.
Good, buddy.
Isaac Tesla. I mean,
I like his cars.
Let's talk some things about him, right? Guy born and raised a Detroit Lions fan. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Guy comes to
I
his
hate him already. All right, let's keep going.
There it is.
Listen, he comes to his workout in Detroit in a jersey, a Lions jersey with his last name on it that he got in high school.
What?
Okay, the kid's just, I mean,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, so there's your thing. 6'4", 215. Pukunakua, maybe they're saying. Like, they're just saying that his hands are crazy, and I mean, he's just big and he's fast. They obviously traded up for him. There was a reason they went up for him. I don't know. I watched, I don't do this often, but I watched I like the Inside the Den. It's like the Detroit Lions behind the scene, and they were doing the draft. They posted like a 4-minute clip in this hour-long documentary kind of thing of Tesla blocks from his high school state championship game. Like, these are the things that they see in him. I think they look at him almost as like a tight end hybrid, like a Brock Bowers style player.
Going to the deep cuts, Phil.
Yeah,
Whoa,
so that
deep cuts.
I don't know.
You're more
I think
excited than Ren is.
All
And Ren was all in.
I came tonight in a robe because I'm cool, I'm calm, and I'm collected, and I think this is how I'm going into this season. I'm going to be relaxed.
Yeah,
I have my and I'm going to be fine. I have a thumb injury, so I'm dealing with that, so that should be fun. But I think Tesla could be a sleeper. I don't think he'll win Rookie of the Year, but I think because that'll be Alshon Jenti, like offensive Rookie of the Year. But I think he's going to be in a lot of more packages than we probably expected. I think he'll probably be the Lions' 3 wide receiver. Hey, you especially saw that with the trade.
That's it.
Tim Patrick
talked me into
I was going to say,
Tim Patrick. Yeah,
your boy Tim Pat. You were a big TP guy, man.
He was.
I just like big receivers, and that's kind of what Tesla is. He's Kosla. I like the name. The nicknames you can do with him are very very fun.
Most important.
A fun one I heard was Mayotron. I thought that was a good homage.
Mayotron.
To a Detroit legend. But we'll have to see, because obviously the preseason is not where I don't think that's where a lot of things are shown anymore. At least week 3, back when we had 4 weeks of preseason, you kind of got like a good quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it's just, we're just happy. I mean, a guy went fly. The Lions ended their one preseason game early due to an injury. So yeah. So again, I think we're all in agreement. It's going to be nice to turn on. I know the old man will be glued to the TV tomorrow, but football kicks off officially tomorrow, and
I might watch a little bit.
I'm very
watch a little bit. I might.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I love football. I do. I love football.
You love football.
Hey, Dave, you can watch Jerry's team get the living hell beat out of him tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah,
that's okay with me. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well,
I do want to say, can I say something real quick about? It's hard to get a word in edgewise. I can see why. Never mind. He's disappeared. Micah Parsons.
Sorry.
I would be very worried about him. Not the back, and I've been around a long time. I've seen this so many times. Guys that hold out or don't practice much, and the hamstring injuries. It just seems like there's a real good chance guys get in there, they're kind of jacked up, and they go a little too hard, and it's the hamstrings pop on. I'm not saying a torn hamstring, but something like that wouldn't surprise me if he.
Well, it's the Achilles now. The Achilles.
Oh, is that? Let's not go crazy. They need to really work, and they don't need me to tell them how to handle Micah Parsons, but I will. And they need to work him into it slowly. Obviously,
yeah, I don't expect more than 30-35% of the snaps. I really do.
I'm glad we're playing the Packers the first game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I really am, because Parsons is only going to get better as he gets in there.
Yeah, we saw it last year too. The difference between the first game and the second game. I mean, it's. I know it sounds bad, but I mean it's a very crucial week 1 game to play a divisional in a divisional rival.
Oh, well, if they lose, it's the end of the world, and if they win, we're going undefeated. So it's real simple. That's how it is. Everybody in Detroit loses their mind every time they lose.
Listen,
I heard a guy on talk radio say that they need to fire the Lions GM.
Brad?
Yes.
Yes.
They need to fire that guy because yeah. And
well, not to this guy.
This guy thinks he's got to go because he didn't go out and get somebody to bookend with Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, again, he might over the next couple weeks, man. I'm sure he wish he had some Mike on his side, but he doesn't. Thank God.
I was like, maybe you just write him up. Maybe not fire him. Okay, just put something in his file. You should have drafted.
But yeah, we have a heck of a D coordinator here who made what I consider with all the pieces last year, a kind of middling defense. Top 10 last year. So what he can do with Micah Parsons, I mean, you're going to see Micah over center on Sunday. He's going to be everywhere. And it's gonna be fun in the limited time he does get to play. So, and it's just gonna be fun to watch him chess piece Micah Parsons all season.
Yeah. It's gonna be exciting.
When you guys look around at the media, when people are making their Super Bowl predictions, there are teams from the NFC that always come up, and the Lions and the Packers are always on that list. So I think the four of us have to be really excited that our team is being named and listed at the top of NFC contenders to go to the Super Bowl.
I'll take it.
And the Lions, you gotta roll with this as long as you can. The Packers always seem to be involved every year, so I'm not worried about that. So yeah, this is gonna be a hell of a matchup, like you said, Phil. First week of the season, this can be huge for both teams either way.
Yeah. Absolutely, should be good. It's gonna come down to turnovers, like it always does.
It's the Lions division until somebody takes it from them at this point.
That's right. That's right. You're gonna come and take it away.
I'm ready to have my team do that. So.
Hey, come on.
That's shocking.
Come
on. I'm ready for my team to do that.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I can never say that.
That's a stretch.
I could never say that yet. That I'm an NFL owner. So
see that thing behind
me?
See that thing in the frame?
That's your owner's certificate, right?
It's a share to team.
Yeah.
So Phil, you tweeted out earlier today that you're back online, back live. Are you? What do you guys tell us? Tell us in the audience what you're doing this year. Are you doing live streams during the game? Anything else?
That's what we're doing. We're not really going to do anything else. We both work. We both have lives, and editing podcasts became really a drudgery. We do watch parties. Yeah. We're going to be people coming in, and we had you guys on at halftime last year, right?
Yep.
And you're always welcome at any time to come in if you want to come in at halftime of this one, or pop in at the last 30 seconds and go, you're always welcome. You are our Packer friends, and Packer people are cool.
We might have some I might be in attendance at a game or two, so we might do some live guest host, but also me live at halftime from the stadium.
That'll go over well. 90,000 people on the same network. That won't have be a problem.
Let them try, Dave. Let them try.
We'll try. It's worth a good laugh.
But no, I think we're hitting our year 5 boost. Fifth year in the league. This is our year 5. I think if everything we've had an interesting past year, I would say, for both of us, and so I think this is our year to just keep going with what we do best. We will be on Facebook more often this year, to all our loyal Facebookers, because it took us 16 games to get enough likes to be able.
We had to have 100 followers and
to go live. So,
Will
and that's
finally
where
asked his friend with 30,000 followers, and we got over 100. It
was nothing. So
could have been sooner. Thanks.
I tried. Okay, listen. Anyways, but yeah, you can find us on the YouTube, on the X, the Everything app.
Sure.
Rumble. Rumble, Twitch,
Blue Sky. I don't know who.
Tinder,
whatever.
Tinder.
Tinder. Tinder.
Yeah, we're out there. So
anything new come up that I haven't heard of, will be on there too. We're gonna have it all.
Well, this is all I got right here. I only have 4 things for you. So
that's it.
That's good.
That's perfect.
That's work. That'll work.
That gets us all to everything. So we appreciate
YouTube, that. YouTube's the one. Yeah.
YouTube's the big one, and then also the X, the Everything app, we
X.
will also be live on. So
yeah.
Absolutely. For Packer Universe out there, anybody who's bored during the Packers blowouts of any of their opponents, head over to the Lion and the
Come
Cub
over on Sunday. We love to have other teams people come on. I'm serious.
They
come on and say,
Tay's gonna be out of town, so I might have to hit one of you guys up for a first take after the game. So
that's fine.
Let us know when the emotions are raw.
Say, where are you going? Tell us.
It's one of those things, Dave. I know you got me about being away, but I think family vacation does trump Packers.
Whoa. Are you going somewhere warm at least?
No, I'm going to the Northeast.
Yeah. Where in the Northeast?
We're going to Maine. Bringing my mother to Maine.
Are you leaving her there? You make it sound like you're going to drop her off in the ocean. Goodbye, Mom.
Drop her off.
Goodbye, Mom.
He's a good son, so he's taking Mom on a trip that she always wanted to do. So.
That's okay. I took the old man to Florida for Father's Day this year, so that was fun.
Look at me.
Yes, I took.
Look at that tan. Look at that tan he came back with too.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, that's me.
Wow,
I got hair plugs in Florida.
Me and my dad are going to Turkey next summer, so it'll be a good time.
Okay, nice. Tay, you are a good son if you're taking your mom up to Maine.
Doing that is so. Okay. It just worked out that way, and I can't change it. And
but I'll tell you, at 4:25 on Sunday, Mom better shut up because we're watching football.
That's right.
Right?
Absolutely.
No, you'll be. I mean, not surprisingly, up here in Northeast Wisconsin, near Green Bay, everyone's a Packer fan. This is where I got it from. I used to grow up in the '80s watching football. She had it on every Sunday, so she's a heavily influential for me as a Packers fan. So she'll be listening and watching. So
is she a bigger fan? Would you say she's a bigger fan than you?
No, well, not now. I mean, but she was for a long time. So
fair.
Yeah,
love that.
Good for you.
Even during those '80s years when they sucked, we still had it on.
Come on, the Polish pistol was not Don Mikowski.
Don Mikowski,
there you go. That's back in my day.
Oh yeah, my favorite, Don Mikowski. How could I forget?
He ended up a Lion for a year, I think.
And he was throwing deep to recent Hall of Famer Sterling Sharp. Yep.
Sterling Sharp. Hey, I remember. Yeah, I remember that playoff. That's another one. Okay.
All right, guys. Well,
all right, gentlemen.
We'll have to do this again.
Absolutely.
I wish the Lions and you guys the best of luck this Sunday.
Thank you.
We appreciate
good luck with Michael and his back. Yep. And his back.
Good luck with those L4s and L5s. We're pulling for them.
Yeah. I'm more of an L6 guy anyway, so you'll be fine. Yeah. You'll be fine. So
moderate
late here, man.
Luck to you guys. I'll wish you moderate luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
From you, Ren, that's a lot. So thank you.
Hey, and you know what? I think we can all agree, no injuries.
Normally it's like, hey,
no injuries.
No injuries. There we go. No injuries.
There you go. No injuries.
That'd be great. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys later.
Yep. Later. Sounds good.
Good night. Good night, Philip.
Good night, Dad. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Ren. We got the guys back on. That was a fun time.
It's always fun. Just everybody arguing and trying to get a word in edgewise. It's kind of a cluster. When we're all having a good time there, spitting some Packers lines with Phil and Dave for sure.
I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way to talk some Lions, Packers. I mean, the respect is there, and I appreciate their input, and they know their team, and they know what they're capable of, and they're on a high right now. They're riding high with this team, and they need to because they don't have as many championship banners as we do, Ren, up on the rim.
It's been a long time for the Lions, pre-Super Bowl era. It's been a long time since they got to have a title in Detroit.
As Ren mentioned, I won't be around next week, so hopefully Ren jumps on and gives you some content while I'm gone. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we'll be back together in a week and a half or so. Dang, the season is underway. I can't believe it, Ren. But I'm excited, and I can't wait to see what this team is capable of, because they've got it. They've got all the pieces. They've got everything that they need to be successful. And Brian went all in, urgency implied, and let's see if the guys show up.
Tay, I'm going to tell you, man, if Micah and Matthew, that being Matthew Golden, can make the impacts that I think they can on this 2025 football team, it's going to be a heck of a fun year. There's a lot of tough opponents, but this team should be definitely poised for a playoff run come January. So I can't wait to just watch this whole thing unfold and have a great season, because I think, again, prior to the Micah piece, we both agree that we were kind of, this is a good team, but how good are they really?
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, Ren. Thank you to Dave and Phil for joining us from the Lion and the Cub podcast, or streaming duo, or whatever they want to be called now. Those guys are a lot of fun, so thanks to those guys. Well, Ren, until next time.
That we're talking Packer W, Tay, on episode 326, Tay, on the pup list.